I started the intro. I gotta unmute myself, and I gotta unmute everybody else. Hello? I can't hear you guys?
That's because we haven't unmuted.
Okay.
You twat.
Jesus.
Were we double muted?
I'm really concerned about this thing
really double muted.
at the top of Zoom that says remaining meeting time, 8 minutes and 55 seconds.
I'm fixing it. It's fine. I may have let my Zoom lapse. Look.
Apparently, the job that he was supposed to do.
Fuck you guys.
Adam had one job here, and it was to make sure that Zoom was working.
And I'm doing that. Oh, you guys are bitching about nothing.
What's up? Hello, everybody. This is Hellmouth. This is a kind of a poorly planned thing we've been talking about doing for like a year, where we're just going to talk about horror for like an hour or two, as we usually do, but we're going to do it in front of people, as we usually don't do. So, you don't know who these people are. Then we got Adam, who loves Amnesia, the greatest game ever made. We have LadyAvianna.
Don't say that like it's not true.
We have LadyAvianna.
Amnesia, the dark descent.
And Thackeray.
Where do you guys think I'm from?
And then me, who is not real. I'm a false goth. I should put on some like music in the background, like this. Just continue with this. Whatever this is. I selected the Silent Hill playlist.
Yes.
My sub alerts are like not active right now, and neither is the bot because we haven't. We're in the future we'll have that all sorted out, but like we don't want to be interrupted right now since this is like the three of us.
We're like doing this by the seat of our pants, really.
Bots will be back afterwards. When I play the worst game ever made, Phantasmagoria 2: A Puzzle of Flesh.
I love it.
God,
I'm enjoying it so much.
Phantasmagoria, that really deserves to be a better game with that name, but the name is by far the fucking best thing about that horrid piece of shit.
I'm kind of shocked because, like, the first one was really cheesy, but I kind of liked it, you know? Like...
Now, the first one is half decent. The second one decides to take all the things that were good about the first one, relegate those to the first game, and replace them with a lot of shit, like never-ending garbage instead, plus adding in a whole bunch of articles to read.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got to sit there and work in a cubicle. It's like, it's horror in a different sense. It's like realistic horror because it's actually like mimicking the job.
It's Stanley Parable, but without the wit.
Yeah.
And more S&M.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, God. The
Plus
S&M.
an awful lot of shit coming out of the walls.
Yeah.
But not cool shit, like tentacles and stuff. It's just like ooze for no reason.
He had like a tentacle last night. He was like sleeping in his bed and it kind of came out like this and planted him in the face.
Basically, it's... what was that game? Oh, a really old Geiger. It's basically that, but not updated whatsoever. Demon Seed, Devil Seed.
That's
like
yeah. I can't remember, but people have like brought it up to me to play it.
It's that game, but without actually any passage of time passing in 15, 20 years. So good work. You're shit, and you should take it on board.
We know a thing or two about never-ending garbage here.
Oh, we're all over that. Seriously though, stop playing Phantasmagoria and play a proper game.
No.
I tried to green screen at him, but I think he just lives there as a floating head in the darkness.
This is what I've got.
I don't know. That's what Jan said. That's what Jan said. Yeah.
What the hell? am I getting shit for my appearance? Cartoon.
Jade, you need to put like a green screen behind your little character just for this.
Listen.
By the
Wait a minute.
By the way, a slow round of applause for the scariest joy emote ever on Twitch.
Kill me now.
I love it so much.
Most people's joy emotes look like somebody's orgasming or they're really happy. Your one looks like you've just eaten someone. And it was nice.
That's joyful.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
A barrel of joy there.
People.
Why is your sad emote crying blood? What is wrong with you?
It's not. It's her rip emote. It's not her sad emote.
It's rip.
Oh, okay.
It's like rip.
Yeah, rip. My eyes are bleeding.
Joy.
Yeah, because she died.
Oh, I see it.
She's bleeding from her eyes.
No, I get it now.
From your eyes when you die?
Okay.
All right. I'll have a look at the rest of these fucking emotes. God, they're all terrifying.
They're scarier than yours.
What the fuck happened here? Mine are about a demon god, and mine are much cuter than yours.
I don't know the one. It started with that teen cry, which was Bibkey Please, which was like there's like some really shitty like Franker Face Z version of Bible Thump that Ovi and I thought was hilarious, and so he had one drawn by Dave's Pineapple and I had one drawn by Dave's Pineapple, and I just put it on Twitch. And then after like a week ago I found Teen Rip in like a folder and I was like, why didn't I ever use this? So I should
have used this emote.
Yeah, and
this
then
emote will upset and disturb. Why not?
Yesterday during I Robot You Jane, I drew the creepy smile on listening to I'm jacked in, and I was
Robot
like,
You Jane is the high point of shit in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I thought it was the best. So
Double Meat Palace is better than I Robot You Jane. That episode.
Double Meat Palace, really?
No,
just so you guys know, that's like his least favorite episode.
No, it's not my least favorite episode. No, this isn't in dispute.
Trauma.
Double Meat Palace is bullshit as an episode.
It's trauma.
Yeah.
And you don't like trauma. And you don't like stupid, silly horror stuff.
He doesn't like fun.
Yeah. Death to fun. That's what Adam says. Death to fun.
Double meat
Look,
is double
You can
soup.
have fun without being like mega shit, which is not what's going on in Double Meat Palace. Or I Robot You fucking Jane.
I want to talk about it, but I don't want to ruin it for your people who are watching.
Oh, I'm fucking fine to ruin it. It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
We're watching it with the community.
Enjoy season 6. There's 3 good episodes.
What I liked about last night is that King Hubris was watching it with his wife, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And the iRobot Eugene came on, and in the beginning, there's the whole thing where Moloch like explodes and gets thrown into the book in this like glittery, weird, terrible CGI late 90s thing. And he was like, my wife just said demon jizz all over the book.
That is what they were trying to represent, but the problem is it was on the WB, so they couldn't actually have demons ejaculating.
Later on, they would move to the next network, and then they would actually be able to do that.
Well,
yeah, then they were fucking fine.
Later on, Giles is trying to cast the demon out of the world, and he bursts into
Demon
the place,
come,
and he
right?
goes, "Demon, come!" Yeah, like. And
Bless.
yeah,
Yes.
Good old Buffy, inadvertently throwing sex in until season 5 when it's not inadvertent at all.
pretty
And
perfect.
there is non-stop fucking from episode 1 to the episode of end of 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey
So
Buffy, are you naked again in this episode? Yeah. Having sex with Spike?
They started in season 5?
It's 6 actually that they jumped, isn't it? 5
Yeah,
is
because
when they're
that's
still on.
yeah.
yeah.
because that was the projected end point was 5, and then they got picked up again. And had to make up some other crap.
Yeah,
Season
picked up,
6.
and then the lesbians could kiss. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, apparently. Couldn't show that in season 3, a year and a half earlier. No. Must
Nope.
cut away when Willow and Tara kiss. They are not in love. Blow out the fucking
Season 4,
candle.
sweetheart. Season
Oh,
3 is
man.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
3?
she
Is it
arrives
4?
in
Yeah,
season
4.
4 when Riley's hanging up that huge sign in the college
Riley.
that just says "gay and lesbian," and you're like, oh, they're coming. Like,
Oh, Riley.
they've arrived in Sunnydale. Yeah.
Riley, harbinger of so much bad shit. Terrible character acting, a really annoying plot arc, and the lesbians.
It's a good time to catch up on Bourne because we're not that far in.
So you can only be halfway through season 1.
Yeah, we're
So
like what, like maybe 8 episodes in? 6-8 episodes in? We're not that far.
You've watched Angel, right?
Yes, we just watched it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good one. It doesn't quite make up for iRobot You, Jane, but it makes it better. It takes
Well,
the
the first
edge off.
season of Buffy, like it's kind of hit and miss. You know, like there's some episodes that are like really kind of fun, and then there's like some episodes that you're just like.
They
this
really
is
weren't
kinda
sure if they wanted to arc or Monster of the Week until like season 2, when they
Yeah.
found their mixture
Well, they were
of
just
arcing
testing
and
the
Monster of
water in
Week.
season
Yeah.
1.
So it was a bit sort of, some of them were Monster of the Weeks and some of them were really terrible, like Robot You, Jane. But other Monster of the Weeks were really good in season
I love the
1.
hyena episode, which is the one I actually got the chance to watch with the community. So.
Hyena one is
Techno
pretty great.
pagans. Yeah.
Oh, don't.
I was waiting for her to say it yesterday, and I got so excited.
Techno-pagan. A what? You're a what? You made that shit
No,
up.
Pagan.
You made that shit up, you filthy computer-owning hippie. Shut up. Techno-pagan. That was a
Yeah,
thing, apparently.
love it.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It is a thing.
Frey was kind of set in like an alternate universe that they try to tie in later with the comic books that Adam refuses to believe are canon.
They're not fucking canon.
They're not canon. They're not
Oh,
canon.
sorry. Oh, so is it
They're
canon
pretty-
that
they're pretty
Xander
not.
had sex with Dawn, is it? Is
Yeah,
that
they're-
canon?
it's-
'Cause
it
is
gets
that,
worse.
Is that canon, is it?
It's not. I'm not.
fucking not
I'm not
canon.
saying I disagree. I'm just stating facts here. Like,
No canon
They
exists
can
where
just
Xander
like Star Wars did. You
Yeah.
know, like Star Wars has the extended universe, and then they're like, no, up,
they're just.
go away.
I'm vaguely aware that Xander also deflowers Dawn rather than just having sex with her, based on the time frame of the whole thing. 'Cause she's
I
a
think
virgin
that's
by the end of
true.
season- Well, she's a virgin by the end of season 7, and it's season 8 that happens. Yeah, and now you know it's not canon.
Now you know why this is gross.
Right, it's proper rape.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that it's just not canon. It's not canon at all.
Proper mank, man.
Oh God, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Right?
Well,
this podcast has turned into a Buffy podcast.
I'm
Yeah,
not
right,
following
you
any.
can talk about horror as well.
Yeah, let me loop this back around here. We started watching Buffy together like a year ago because we all love it, and like Adam and I had talked about this like years ago. Like we should watch
God
Buffy
almighty, yeah.
together.
And then
Yeah.
it came out and I was like,
13-hour Buffy conversation or
It
whatever.
was like after a Jackass podcast, and it was me and him and Joey Girl up until like 7 a.m. talking about how much we hate Connor from Angel.
Which, in fairness, he is a massive dick.
Yeah, and so
So-
last year came around, and Abby was like, "Let's do it," and so we did, and then we would just sit and talk about horror while we were like watching that, and we were like, we should do a podcast about this, and then, we didn't for like
And then
7 months or so.
18 months
what we're
passed.
doing
And
right now for 8 hours, for an hour in front of people.
Yeah, so we're just kind of, we didn't have like a specific thing that we wanted to talk about tonight, other than to just, I guess, ease ourselves into it as long as you guys.
To
I
make
mean,
us
more
start.
than anything, this was just simply to avoid the continual, we should start this
We
next
should
week.
start this next
procrastination
week,
shit.
yeah. We're pushing
We
it
should
violently out the door, and we'll
definitely do
find
this.
our footing eventually.
What horror games have you been playing this week? You're not allowed to talk about Phantasmagoria, the puzzle of shit.
I played Narcosis.
Oh, that's sick.
That
That's like
was-
Soma 2.
It was very good. It was a lot like Soma.
Oh, the underwater one.
It was underwater. It was really good. And then of course the cheesy schlocky,
That game which shall not be named.
that one.
Yeah.
A puzzle of flesh. I didn't have
Such
anything
a good
else.
name as well.
I didn't have anything else planned because Outlast 2 is coming out next week. So
Yeah, right. I mean, that's about to take over us all on Monday. So
what
that's
about
job done?
what about you guys?
I played Inside on the when I spotlit that on Sunday. That
That's
game
on,
is,
that's on Humble Bundle, right?
yeah. That game is fucking good. Like it's made by the same people that made Limbo, so it feels the same but in color.
Okay.
But it is awesome.
So what? Don't tell me what the full story is, but what's the kind of the basis?
I would find it impossible to tell you anything about the story without
Really?
revealing the actual full
Okay.
story, because the game has almost no story apart from this one crux point, which you find out right at the damn end of the game, and you're like, ah! It's like a surprise mode. It's really it's like 4 hours long. It's so worth playing.
I'll have to play that. It's been brought up to me. I haven't gotten to it yet. So
It is superbly done, and a little child periodically gets eaten by dogs, so that's fun, right?
love that.
Yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
happens
Of course.
in the game. It's like another world, or that kind of game, that incredibly, hyper violent 2D scrolling platformer thing. What have you been playing on?
I'm actually playing through Bioshock series for the first time because it came out when I was in college. So I didn't have a gaming system hooked up in college. Instead, I played horror games tabletop. So it came out and it was on a system that I didn't have, so I couldn't hook it up or anything. And now I'm playing through it and I'm loving it. Bioshock is like somebody should have told me. Somebody should have told me sooner. Hey. You
I
need to play
literally
this game.
told you the
You need to
millisecond.
play this game right now. Right
Literally,
here.
in the same breath that you said I've never played Bioshock, I started going on to play Bioshock.
You should play yeah.
Would you kindly play Bioshock?
Would you kindly not
Kindly
bother with
play
Bioshock 3 and just play the first two?
Well, I'm actually on Bioshock 3, Bioshock Infinite right now. Like that's the next
DLC
game I
is
have to
actually
play.
really great. The DLC.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start on Saturday, and I actually am trying to put together a little costume for it. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna do some Elizabeth cosplay.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
'Cause
Nice.
That's what I do when I like things horror. I just cosplay them.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite is the best of the three. I will destroy you, Joe Clark.
If you
You
guys
are a madman and drunk on your own insanity.
you guys
You are
aren't
literally
familiar,
living in a dream world.
Lady Avianna
Bioshock
does a lot of
Infinite is not the
cosplay.
best of the three Bioshocks. I will
That's what I
find
do.
you.
That's what I
I
do.
will burn the entirety of Britain down so I kill you. I will sacrifice my own life to get you in Britain.
I will judge that. I will judge whether or not it's good or bad. I didn't mean to actually shush you. We could keep talking.
See, I still have to play 2. I still have to play 2, and I'll probably play 3 just to...
Yeah, 2 is the best.
Just to make fun of it.
Goodly margin. Like 1 is really great, and so is 2. 3 has got the best story of all 3 games.
People told me that Bioshock 2 was going to be like not good, and honestly, I think that like when it comes to like strong story-wise, it doesn't even compare to the first one. It's just like you play the first one and you're like, this game is amazing. I want to replay this like once a year just to kind of have the feeling again. And then like you play Bioshock 2 and you're like, that was pretty good. I don't know if I'll ever pick it back up though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way that I felt about it. But I'm really excited about Infinite being in a different area and then a different time. I believe it's like turn of the century as opposed to being like World War II, right?
What, Infinite? You know, Infinite's well, it's an alternate world anyway, but it's more like, I'm not going to spoil any of it for you.
Yeah, I know there's like weird things of time and stuff. I'm not reading chat if somebody said something in chat.
Hold on, I'm just trying to fix your peaking.
I'm peaking?
Your microphone's peaking slightly, hold on. Carry on, we're fine.
Yeah, we got a bunch of audio experts in chat who are going on about the damn microphone.
I have this kind of microphone, which is like a cheap one. I've had this microphone since I started streaming, and then this was a new purchase like a year ago, and I thought that was crazy. I was like, look, a pop screen.
Pop screens are the thing. They're the new meta.
But yeah, so this weekend I'm going to be doing Bioshock Infinite. I'm going to start that, and I'm going to be cosplaying Elizabeth from Burial at Sea, because that one's the one that most like spoke to me. And also because I know Burial at Sea is going to be about the original Bioshocks. So even if I don't like Infinite, at least I like Burial at Sea.
Bioshock Infinite's story is the best story in all 3, by a long way. But the game is mechanically a second-rate action shooter. It's much, much less good than the first 2 mechanically, but the story is the best by a long way.
Well, I
imagine that's what Joe Fudge is referring to, is that the story is better.
Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of the mechanics for 2 with you being a big daddy. I thought it was kind of weird in general, just because you're playing something that at the end of the first game is like such a big deal to be, and like, you know, you can run around and get shot by people and it's okay, but then in the second game, like, you're the big daddy the entire time. It's just like, okay. But,
Abby, can you just turn your mic down by about 2 clicks?
Turn my mic down?
All of a sudden she goes silent. He's like, a little more.
Yeah, no, I assume that's what Joe Fudge actually means, is that the storyline in Infinite is like far and away the best storyline in a Bioshock game, but the action is weaker by far than 1 or 2. So it really depends on what you're looking for in a game.
Yeah.
Speak again?
That's a little better, yeah.
Yeah, go la 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 la.
La 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 la.
That's a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. It's no longer peaking.
This cat is the center of the show right here.
The cat is the star.
Yeah, I've got to play 2 still. I had such a hard time with that remaster because it crashed all the time.
Oh, the remaster is a buggy piece of shit. I mean, everybody has accepted that.
It kind of ruined. It kind of put me off a little bit. I shouldn't have played that version of it, but I'll go back to it.
You can. In fact, you can just play 2.
I played them, and 2 wasn't as bad.
You can just play the non-remastered versions. They don't look bad.
That's probably what I'll do.
They haven't aged poorly, you know. You're used to Doom. They look much better than that. You know, they still look really good and classy for the time and everything. So
the one that pissed me off the most was Bioshock 1 remastered. Bioshock 2 remastered, it just sometimes whenever I'd start the game up, it would crash. But Bioshock 1 remastered, I was like in the middle of like the level that's kind of like you're in a war zone, you know, like where there's just tons and tons of splicers and you're kind of like running through these subways or whatever. And it was so hard, and I forgot to save, and I was going down an elevator and just crashed the entire game, and I lost like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
I looked at my stream. I was just like, I'm not doing it.
It was amazingly poorly remastered. It's one of the worst remasters, and this, you know, includes like Dark Souls being ported to the PC. It's actually probably worse than that, because at least Dark Souls ported to the PC didn't crash.
It didn't crash every few minutes. Like there was.
It couldn't run in 60 FPS and shit, but
yeah.
Until like the patch that came out 7 minutes after the game was released. Well done, FromSoft. You should not be ashamed.
That's the way it is.
It didn't put me off from going to like 2 or 3 in Bioshock. Like, I'll still go to them. It put me off from doing it immediately because
3,
I needed a minute.
You don't even need to play the remastered. It looks fucking.
Is there a remastered version of 3?
Well, it all got remastered all at once, but 3 is unnecessary, and 2 isn't necessary really. They both look great. You don't need to play the remastered versions, and
I watched a side-by-side comparison, and the water in the remastered is very, very, very pretty. Like, that's the only thing that I could see that was really that big of a deal, like, as a change, you know? Which, that's the reason I try really hard to stay with the remastered version, because water is, like, the most important thing in Bioshock. So it's like, I wanted to watch and see, like, that kind of stuff.
I still think the worst port that I've ever played was that Darksiders one, because it was crashing at, like...
Darksiders is a mess
It was,
as well.
and I really liked the game, but I crashed, like, at the very end of the last fight, so I never actually got to finish the game. I couldn't. It was impossible.
That's pretty horrible, actually. That's a real smack in the fucking face.
That was the worst, yeah.
I have not played that game. Is that a... I feel like that's
it's like Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're death or war, depending on which Darksiders it is.
Okay.
But it's run around puzzles, jump around and stuff.
Is this horror-based or dark fantasy-based?
More dark fantasy.
It's more dark fantasy, so it's not horror-based. We don't really got to get into it, but...
Well, no, I just...
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, now.
What happened?
And then the world exploded.
Oh. It's like... dog frequency now? Like, what happened?
And then you became a squeak.
Yeah, you're like, what? Oh. Oh, God. Mute her.
Yeah.
Mute her for a second.
Just gonna grab the mute.
I don't know what
You're
happened.
fine.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid now.
Pyrexa says your mic came unplugged or something.
Let's see if it's still bad.
Whoa!
And now it's worse. Yeah, do that.
We've summoned a demon.
Yes, do that. Exactly that. That was jump out, jump in, I'm assuming. If she's saying, should I do a jump?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so you might need to just
like
grab
how
her image again.
Fragmented. We'll just go to this for a second.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's got my hand in it, you know, it's got your bottom elbow.
We are the Hellraiser puzzle right now. Welcome.
I'm kind of off the bottom. I'm got half my head's in my box. I like it.
The techno-pagans have arrived.
Fuck
there we are.
Oh, this is over. Okay, hold on. Let's see. So you should be able to speak now.
Hello?
There we go.
So much better.
It wasn't my mic.
No. I think the Zoom freaked out like a piece of shit.
Oh well. Anyway.
Well, yeah, the demons have taken over. It's true. It's not the techno pagans because that's not a fucking thing.
Audio Satan has returned as he does from time to time on my stream. The best being that Brave Sir Cheeto incident.
All right, so look, should we just talk about the elephant in the room, which is Outlast 2?
Yes.
Let's just talk about Outlast 2.
Can we also talk about Resident Evil 7?
We can do that because it's been a while.
Let's do Outlast 2 first.
Well, we can do Outlast 2 last even because Resident Evil 7, then we can lead into Outlast 2. That's probably better.
Because I'm wearing the shirt.
Yes, you are.
Because I played the VR game and didn't throw up at E3, so they gave me a shirt.
I love that. You didn't vomit. Have a shirt. That seems like a...
That's not actually what it was.
That's what it was, though, wasn't it, really?
I think it totally was.
Yeah. Okay, look, so Outlast 2, let's just discuss this for a second, all right?
Okay.
Is Outlast 2 going to be a lazy Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff stamped into Outlast universe? Or is it going to be the horror game that makes us all happy to be part of the genre again, right? Why is there a burning... Oh, I get it.
Yeah, production value, all right?
For a second, I was like, Jesus, there's a burning cross on the screen. Oh, it's the
trailer,
clan, isn't it?
It's the trailer.
Clan.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be the same damn game, but not set in a mental institution. It's
actually the burning cross thing happens in the damn mental institution. So
yeah.
So I wonder if it's gonna be connected in some way.
No, it's an inverted cross. They're going hard, Satan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an inverted cross, or it's a sword. If it's a sword, then I don't know what the fuck. But I think it's probably an inverted cross.
It's an inverted cross, yeah. It's some kind of, like how it says fall 2016 in that
Is it going to be as good
trailer.
as Resident Evil 7? I would doubt it. It might be. Resident Evil 7, I feel like it's going to be better than Outlast 2.
Resident Evil 7 went back to its roots to try to find, went back to its roots so that it could grab some of the stuff that it lost and then jump into the new horror that's going on right now. But Outlast is a part of that new horror going on right now. However, with the DLC for that last one, that's what makes me question whether or not. But then again, I'm not a torture porn fan, so I can't speak completely for everyone.
See, I haven't played that DLC yet.
What, the Gorno DLC for Outlast?
No, I
I
did. I played Whistleblower. I thought you were talking about the Resident Evil. That's, Whistleblower is pretty much torture porn.
Torture porn.
But, it would have been nice if they'd remembered that they were making a horror game rather than just making tawdry, blood-soaked garbage for Whistleblower. I would have been nice if there was one singular moment in that entire game that was actually still scary, rather than just having more dicks cut off.
It was creepy. I found it to be the creepier part of the game because I didn't Outlast didn't really do anything for me in terms of that's a trope that doesn't really work on me. The mental institution thing.
I love mental institutions.
I
love them.
But it's a played out trope. Like, you can't really do anything new.
It created good tension. It created good tension, so I appreciated that element of it, but it didn't really freak me out or anything. And maybe the theme of this one will get to me a little more. But I think gameplay-wise,
they're gonna. I mean, Parexis makes a very good. Oh, is it Parexis? No, it's Martian makes a very good point, which is the Outlast twist. You spend the entire 6 out of the 7 hours you play the game, and you're like, I'm going through a mental institution. Yeah. Everyone's insane. Some things are gross.
It seems like there's more what is going on this farm thing. Yeah.
What?
It turned into some kind of sci-fi thing, which I'm okay with because I love sci-fi and I like to mix them together. But it just seemed very weird for the pacing of the story of the game in a way.
There was a definite sudden shift into the Wall Rider stuff, and you're like, oh, so it's not. Oh, all right then. Well.
And it's like they knew it. It's like they knew it because then they tried to shove Whistleblower back into the mental institution.
Yeah.
So
because Whistleblower happens pretty much at the same time as the Wall Rider shit, and the Wall Rider's chasing after the main character basically. So you as the other guy won't see him really to any great extent in Outlast 2. Plus, more dick chopping. We need more of that.
Yeah.
Because that's the route to pure horror. Is emasculating dudes on screen.
Yeah,
I know that's what scares me at night. So.
I remember playing that and I was like, no, my dick! I just met you.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as
Here's my number. Call me.
Light, but
it's Town of Light was
because nothing ever is going to beat
that.
Oh my god!
I wasn't ready. Chat wasn't ready. I was
that game is so uncomfortable.
I was one of the first people to play it on Twitch, and I didn't know what I was getting into.
No one was ready for that game.
No one was ready for it.
No one was prepared because everybody went into that in the same way, thinking, "Oh, what? So amnesia-y, Outlast-y kind of game, right?" No, not at all. This is harrowing bullshit. This is not The Exorcist. This is fucking Dancer in the Dark. Okay,
and
you will feel sick by the end.
And it's so pretty, and it's in a mental institution, which I love. It has a story in a mental institution, but then it's just it goes. It's like they made it a horror to scare you uncomfortably.
Oh yeah, no, Town of Light is just.
The Town of Light, sorry.
But I think Outlast is Outlast 2. They're setting it up to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Resident Evil,
which I'm afraid of.
Well, yeah, that's
that's the only fear that I have is mutants.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what they're leaning into, unless they pull a fucking 180 and go with some sort of bullshit viral / supernatural garbage.
I think they will go into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like weird backwoods Satanist type thing, which
They're probably really bummed that Resident Evil did that and released first.
Yeah, I'll get down with that because I thought Resident Evil would have been really good without the Resident Evil part. I realized they had to do that to make it what it was.
Otherwise, it's just a family talking about nothing.
Just
the tie-in.
But yeah, like
it's like small, but it's still there. You're like,
it would have been just as scary to have it as like this crazy backwoods family with
Well, they could have easily cut Resident Evil at the point where you escape on the boat, like a third of the way.
That
from the
entire shit with the boat was pissed me off. Like,
I mean, I liked the boat shit because I'm a big fan of underwater horror and that kind of crap, but it was still really, really janky, and they could have definitely.
It was a hard switch from one thing to another thing, yeah.
Mm. And plus, as Martian does say, at this point, the Umbrella virus is only so frightening because we had to suffer through 5 and 6, 2 of the worst games in existence.
Yeah.
And that basically killed any fear of the Umbrella virus forever.
It's interesting because I feel like when they were like, let's go into a completely different game, we started with Outlast and we're like floating. But like whenever they made PT for the Silent Hill genre, like they had like little things in it, but overall he said he was going to try to get away from the Silent Hill, like start anew. And sometimes towards the end of Resident Evil 7, I kind of felt that same way. Like, why don't you just start over?
Yeah.
Like that just that seems like it might. And I know it's because they have a huge fan base and they have to like appease the fans or whatever. But like, it was already almost there.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. That's how I felt too, because I really liked that they kind of combined like all the old elements. They brought older elements of that survival horror genre and they put them into this newer thing, which I think survival horror, as we've said, is kind of like the Amnesia, Outlast.
I don't want to say that. I was going to say this from the start of the podcast, but Amnesia
is the greatest
descent. It's
that's exactly what they copied.
Time.
That's exactly what. You guys cannot do my accent, and you need to take it on the chin.
So yeah, I feel like they did a good job with that. And it would have been nice for them to start over. It was just when they threw that stuff in at the end to loop it back around, and it like. You saw like Chris or whatever, and you're like, God damn it! Like,
she doesn't even have anything anywhere close to the same like model of character that we know as Chris. Yeah, he's a white guy and he's kind of bulky.
White guy, attack cat, the whole thing is happening right now. He knows the horror podcast is going on. He knows what's required.
Yeah, he's like, I want to make sure I'm a part of this cast.
Get my ass in there. Yeah.
No, but I mean that was the major problem with Resident Evil. But if Outlast 2 goes down the pure like shit-kicking redneck Deliverance Texas Chainsaw Massacre road, it could be a lot of fun. But that does leave us open to the danger of him going down the wrong turn road instead. Right? So we could get Texas Chainsaw Massacre, probably the best horror movie of all time. Right?
I feel like they're gonna go in that direction just because. It's Outlast.
But wrong turn is so much more likely than Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There was some cool
out the window.
There were some cool new mechanics that I saw whenever they were showing like the
glasses thing.
There's the glasses thing, and then also the hiding in water thing, which I think is really interesting. The idea, like the mechanic of like hiding in water and holding your breath and hoping that they leave before you like can't see
that would be cool. Yeah.
It depends on the AI of the game. If the AI is well managed with that, it could be really, really fun.
See, that's
or it could be a right pain in the dick.
That's what I'm looking forward to with Outlast, is I want to see how they take Outlast 1 and push it forward. Like, how are they going to make it better? You know,
I don't think they're going to make it better particularly. I think they're going to recycle the same stuff. I don't.
Well, I mean, they already have the glasses mechanic and the water mechanic. I just want to see like other little things in there, you know?
I honestly, cynically think that they've shown us the new stuff.
I showed it all.
And there will be nothing else. Otherwise, it's just going to be a man with a camcorder.
That's probably it, and it doesn't look like it's listed on Steam as like a VR thing. Are they making this part of like the VR wave?
For Outlast?
Yeah,
it'll end up in VR for damn sure.
Because I feel like that's where horror is gonna go, but it didn't
I feel like there was a convention where it was in VR. I feel like there was one. Like it was maybe PAX East when we went at them.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't VR then. It was in that stupid fucking.
It was in a house, but they might have had VR in there. I don't know if they actually.
Maybe then, yeah. We couldn't be asked to queue for 90 minutes just to play a game that we could watch the damn trailer for on YouTube already.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was 3 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you had to get there when the convention hall opened, so you could get in the 3-hour-long line, so you could get your ticket for the rest of the day, which is what I had to do with Resident Evil, except for I was a booth person, so I got to get in before everybody else. Yeah, I know. And then the next day they didn't allow it. They were like, no. You guys can't do that anymore.
I kind of feel like VR is too hyped too. I was talking about this a couple of days ago when I was playing Narcosis, because it seems like it was more designed for VR, and I feel like that's the direction horror is going to go. But I feel like VR is still really too in its infancy to be worth it. Like, why don't I just sit really close to the monitor?
Yeah, I mean, I just sit in the dark anyway. What's the big deal, you know? No, I mean, and I think that's very right. Now, inevitably, you are correct. VR is where it will progress towards, and soon, at some point, there'll be ophthalmic needles driving right into our temples, and we'll be experiencing this shit. But
I feel like there's a lot you could do with VR, but that it's going to be oversaturated. Because we work with VR at my company. We work at VR at my company, and when we were making demo games for this thing they were showing off Oculus for, we were making demo games for them so that they have games to actually show the Oculus off with. And somebody pitched an idea for a person that's just in his house and hears noises and has to turn and it's just this very simple in a house hearing noises horror game. And the concept of it, I can't go into it too much because
I'd be fired.
But just the concept of something so simple as that, and really focusing on that with the VR, that sounds creepy to me. Now, when I played Resident Evil 7 at E3, not creepy, just nauseating.
Well, this is the issue with VR. Is they have to find a way to combat cat attack. They have to find a way to combat cat attack. But also, they need to find a way to combat the nausea, because until the nausea isn't an issue, I simply don't see a point when VR will take over from not playing it.
Capcom has said that there was a few things that they didn't have done when they showed it at E3 that they believe it helps with the nausea now. Because one of the major things with VR, I'll just really be quick about this, is if you have a controller and you're telling yourself that you want to move this way, but you move your head this way, it's automatically going to throw off your equilibrium.
Yeah.
And that was what the problem was inevitably with playing Resident Evil 7 at the time. So.
Well, we can hope then that it works out.
Cats.
Somebody said something.
Just nail the cat down.
PT and VR would make people shit their pants. You disagree? See, but that, I guess, that's more about the atmosphere than anything. I mean,
PT
great, on my mobile phone would probably make me shit my pants. So
the thing is, right? PT gets this ridiculous. I'm right there with you. I had a great time with PT. It was scary and it's really good, but we just simply don't know. And I feel like deifying PT is a confused position, because we're deifying a 20-second snapshot of a game.
Yeah.
We don't know. They're it's like taking the water scene in Amnesia or anything, right? No, but it's like taking the scariest part of any game. It's taking
a small segment,
The whole game would be like that. No, it fucking wouldn't.
Yeah.
There'd be hours and hours of walking around fucking Silent Hill amongst the scares.
But when you only have a 10-minute game, or it's supposed to be 10 minutes, but it has a really stupid thing at the end that makes you play it for hours.
That was the worst part. But it's supposed to be just 10 minutes. You could shove all of the cool stuff that you wanted to show off into that 10 minutes. I guess we're gonna get it with Death Stranding. Or Dead Stranding. Death Stranding.
Yeah, I guess. Has he said that? Because I think that they've hinted at the fact, because it's got Norman Reedus in it, and Del Toro's doing stuff for it.
I feel like it's not the same at all. But
I don't even think it's a horror game.
Yeah.
Is it not a horror game? Because if it's not a horror game, I'm not playing it. Because I don't like Metal Gear Solid. Sorry, guys in chat.
I don't actually even think it's a horror game. And from what we've been shown so far, they're running the form of teaser campaign where you're like, so what's happening in this? Okay, Black Sludge and then the guy from Hannibal. All right, cool. It's we know nothing about Death Stranding at this point. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be a horror game.
It's really artistically, it's very pretty. All the stuff that they put out for it, it's been kind of interesting to look at. Cat, don't think.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out with Death Stranding, but at the moment it almost seems like it's being overweighted by its star power. Like, the game at this point is getting too much excitement.
Mhm.
If the game is even
He's super
fractionally not
excited.
good.
He's super excited to be a good game maker and then having like famous actors in it. Because we've already had the games with famous actors in them. They didn't do so well, like the one that had the girl from Juno.
Oh.
Ellen Page.
Beyond Two Souls, yeah.
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls.
I was actually going to say The Last of Us and then slap myself. What, you mean The Last of Us? That game's great. Oh, she sued them. Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
No worries then, not that game. Yeah, I don't know, man. Death Stranding is starting to suffer, I feel like, with the same sort of thing that Tides of Numenera had to put up with. If you get called the spiritual successor to something like Planescape Torment, you better make sure your game is damn brilliant. And likewise, Death Stranding is suffering this problem at the moment. There's so much hype surrounding it, everybody's so excited. If that game is anything like a walkabout, point-and-clicky, prosaic, stumble simulator,
Yeah.
then people are going to riot.
I had to like separate myself from, because people keep bringing it up to me because, I'm one of those people who loved PT that much. And,
Sure.
but I'm also just like, that doesn't look anything like it. And I don't know anything about it. And
Well, in the last trailer, wasn't it? Didn't it have like military people in the last trailer?
I think. I don't know.
Like there was a tank that went over. Like the guy that looked like Del Toro, he's like sitting against the. If you want to go grab it, if he's sitting against like a wall, and there's like a tunnel in, and when he sits against the wall to like hide, I think it's a tank that goes by. And then when he walks into the tunnel, and then they zoom forward, those guys look really military based too. So I'm guessing he's just going to go down the Metal Gear Solid route, but I mean, not exactly Metal Gear Solid, but
I mean, it looks to me lazily like it's going to fall somewhere in the psychological horror set in a desolate landscape noise, which isn't even that new or exciting. But we'll see. We don't know. We don't know anything. This is the point. It could come out and be the most amazing game ever.
yeah, who knows?
Bet it fucking isn't, though.
Because you're a naysayer.
Yeah.
See, me on the other hand, I'm like a positive person, and I'm like, Outlast 2 might be really great. I'm excited to play it. And, I was like, Layers of Fear Inheritance, excited to play it. Way too short. That's okay, though. I still like it.
Layers of Fear Inheritance is pretty good.
But, I'm always positive. Like, people were like, Resident Evil's gonna suck, and I was just like, no, it's gonna be great. And guess what? It was great. So
we have like a spectrum here. I should actually switch the camera positions because like
in
Abby's at the positive end, and I'm like in the middle, like I'll play anything, and Adam's just like fuck
actually,
everything.
Considering that Avianna's camera is almost entirely white, and mine is almost entirely black, and you've gone with lazy ass gray.
It's like you should be the angel and the demon on your shoulder.
Don't play Resident Evil 7. It's gonna suck.
It's gonna be disappointed. Great. Everyone's gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be really scary. There's gonna be lots of stuff with the alternate.
It's gonna be the death knell of the genre.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna kill horror gaming forever. No, we've actually had interestingly, after the whole Resident Evil thing, there's actually been a rash of decent horror games coming out, and interesting stuff like Stories Untold. Okay,
oh yeah, that one was really good.
Oh, I saw that one. I signed up for that one's code thing.
Mm-hmm.
Code thing.
Yeah, I played that on stream.
Stories Untold is really good.
I'm gonna cut to the weird thing where it shows the trailer, so don't freak out.
It's alright, I'm prepared now. It was only once that, like, why is there a flaming cross? Adam understands nothing.
She's gonna show stuff, Adam.
No, I thought that was a really good game. I wouldn't call it horror necessarily, but it definitely had that element to it. So
an awful lot of horror games nowadays don't really necessarily need to be called horror, because there's a lot of branching that's happening now, where people are adding in a creepy atmosphere, but otherwise not making it a horror game. What was that?
I love it. Absolutely adore it.
Yeah.
Give me more creepy atmospheres, even if they're not horror-based games.
Yeah, the creepy. I'm good with the creepy atmosphere.
Somebody to find out about a murderer. That was a good example.
Her Story?
Her Story.
Oh.
Which won every game award that there is.
I was certain that one was
going to. About it.
Yeah, I was.
Because I haven't played it all.
Okay, through, so. Yeah, it's good. It's worth it. I thought it was going in a direction. I'll just say that. And it went in different places. It was good.
It spikes. It's really good. And there's a lot of that kind of horror that we're seeing more and more, because like the visceral horror is is lazy, and even horror makers know that they're being lazy if they go visceral, right? You can't put up with that much of that crap before you're like, yeah, it's blood, but it's not frightening, and I'm bored and slightly tired and sort of sleepy.
I agree, Martian, that atmosphere is the biggest factor to be considered in a horror game. To me,
Absolutely.
at least.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If it doesn't
100%.
create that atmosphere where you're at least on edge, then it's not horror, you know?
No.
Oh, absolutely. All of the best horror games of the last 5 years, and all the ones we talk about as the like Renaissance, and all the ones that talk about as originating the genre, the key is always atmosphere. It's never any other. That's why Outlast rarely gets mentioned in these groups, because what it doesn't do is it doesn't create this cloying feeling. It relies pretty much perpetually on well-crafted jump scares.
Yeah.
Now, I like the environment of that game, though.
Yeah, but there's no weight to it, is what I mean. There's no there's that
Oh,
feeling
yeah, there's
of
not-
weight behind your head that
Like,
presses down on you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know, it does what it does. It does well. Like, it does jump scares, and it does them very effectively. But a lot of the time in Outlast, you're walking along the corridor going, what's going to jump out at me now?
Yeah,
there it
it's
goes.
like some kind. It's kind of just like a basic haunted house simulator. You're just trying to get out of it. There's no context for why.
That's a really good way of putting it. A haunted house simulator.
There's
that's
there's
exactly
no
right.
real urgency to like get to the bottom of something, and there's no like kind of fear created based on some
I mean,
rooted deep evil that you fear. It's just
the thing
get out.
Pyrex says Five Nights at Trash, right? And references, of course, the jump scare simulator, which is exactly what Five Nights at Freddy's and Wick and Emily Wants to Play and Slender and all those games actually are. You literally walk or don't even move, and then things jump out at you. It's a jump scare simulator, right? Now, it has its own genre. It's not redundant as a genre, but Outlast needs to be better than a jump scare simulator, because jump scare simulators have their own genre. We expect them to be lazy. We expect them to be like, oh, look this way. Oh, teddy bear attacks my face.
Yeah.
We expect them to be kind of weak in most departments, and the mechanics are the only defining feature of all. I mean, Wick is the best example of that group, and Wick is still only the best example of the jump scare simulator. It's still not a great example of a horror game.
I think what really draws people with those specific games is that they key in on the idea that there's story going on that you have to kind of find. And I think that's one of the reasons that it's not because it's like a huge horror fan thing, because I have lots of friends who hate horror games, but they love Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like a little putting the pieces together of a story. The same thing happens with Wick, though. It's different children, different parts of the story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think that the Five Nights at Freddy's and all of the jump scare mechanics are popular because they are the lazy cartoon popcorn version of horror that requires no real interaction from the viewer or the gamer.
Have you played Tattletale yet?
Yes, I have played Tattletale.
It's
in that realm too.
I mean, Tattletale is actually better, but it still falls in that realm pretty emphatically.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Tattletale is even playing off Five Nights at Freddy's so much because it's the same exact fear, which is animatronics that come to life, which is,
when I was little, I was scared of that. When the game first came out and they were like, people were telling me about it, I was like, that's probably going to be scary. I was scared of that when I was little.
It's a hugely
couldn't even go to
scary-
Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, every horror game is based off like 5 fears, right? There's 5 base fears that every horror game riffs off. And Five Nights at Freddy's and Tattletale and Emily Wants to Play are all riffing off the same thing that should not be moving. So animation on things that are inanimate concept. But we don't expect those. This is the thing. We don't expect those games to be good. We expect them to be limited and
just
lazy, and you get scared a couple of times, and you'll be like,
it's real gimmicky,
I know he's gonna jump out.
Mad.
Yeah, and then like 3 hours in, you're just angry and disgusted about the game.
Yeah.
And why is the difficulty curve like this?
Who fucks where Golden Freddy is? Get out of
Yeah,
here!
just click the button faster so this cunt doesn't jump out again, and I have to start this shit again.
I did think Wick did the best. That was actually
sure.
Saint Rev just did the resub, but he's the one who bought it for me because he was like, I think you'll like this, and I played it, and I did really like it. I thought it was the best of those. Like I actively reject a lot of those just because they're cheap scares, but I thought Wick created an atmosphere, so I thought it was
Wick
good.
is the best one by a long, long way. I mean, like, Wick shits on Five Nights at Freddy's, whichever. Wick is actually good. I mean, it's still that kind of game. It's still superficial rather than deep. But
yeah,
Wick is the best of the jump scare mechanic generators by a fuck ton, you know? So yeah, no, Wick is really, really Wick is definitely worth checking out if anybody hasn't done, but you know, most of those are. But this is the thing. We expect more from other games in the horror genre, right? We expect there to be a level of depth and story in something like Outlast.
Well, that's the whole basis of what made horror such a huge thing back in the 90s. Like, that's the reason that games like Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 1 and Fatal Frame and stuff were such a huge deal, is because story, like figuring out that story, the creepiness added with the story. Because I can get story in JRPGs, but like add that in with like the creepy and the story, and that's exactly what made like all those games in the 90s. Like, even though the mechanics were shit in the first Silent Hill game, people loved it because story.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and that's definitely the defining trait of the Silent Hill games as well, is both the atmosphere and the story. Because in actual fact, the scares on their own in Silent Hill are as lazy as the scares in Resident Evil. Oh no, a dog jumped through the window.
Yeah.
I was scared when I was 12, I'm not now.
I still like that they create the atmosphere better, like in their own ways. Like Resident Evil had the creepy mansion thing, which I loved, and then Silent Hill had the whole ghost thing, which I love.
Sorry, Fatal Frame 2 is the scariest game ever made. Let's just put that out there. Okay, Fatal Frame 2 is
even scarier than...
Fatal Frame 2 is scarier, and you know it is, and yes, it's scarier than Amnesia.
It's because of Japanese, isn't it?
They know horror. If there's one country in the world that knows horror, it's Japan.
They really
laugh at the rest of us.
I gotta get to some Fatal Frame now. I tried to play the knockoff of it. What is it called?
Oh, what? I know exactly what you mean. What's that shit called? No, it's also got a name like Fatal Frame, something like.
I thought it was Dread Out.
It's Dread Out, yeah. I tried to play that during 12 Hours of Scary Shit, and when I died, it was like, thank you for purchasing a legit copy of Dread Out. And
Dread Out is lazy crap.
Yeah.
But no, Japan knows more about tapping into innate fear and attacking it 110%. than any other country ever will. A great example of this is Ring versus Ringu, where America just strips Ringu of all subtlety and makes it weak as shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ringu is gut-wrenchingly frightening the entire way through the film. You know, The Grudge.
Because they create the atmosphere. They take the time to create this atmosphere.
They care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese horror is
the
absolute pinnacle.
It's pretty alien. Like, something about watching it. A lot of it is just.
The thing is like the thing that is Ring is just zombie ghost water, right? That's not, and if there's nothing happening there that's alien to our fears, those are standard fears, but delivered with such a level of fixation upon the fear, targeting of it that isn't diluted in any way. The Grudge is great, not the American version with fucking Buffy. That's super terrible, but. The Japanese version's fantastic, you know? Japan has shitted all over Western horror for years, and it's true in games as well. Like, let's not be silly about it. There's all the best horror games in the genre are pretty much Japanese. Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
Yeah, I would
agree. They're all from Japanese creators. You know, it's only really things like Outlast, relatively recently, you know, and Amnesia and stuff like that.
I think we're going to start to see the indie scene really pick up on horror games. I really believe that, because
there's some amazing stuff happening in indie horror.
Yeah, because
it's Strain, I told you about.
There's lots of different things going on there.
What is this one that your boy brought up? The Layers of Fear devs next game called Observer.
Oh, Observer.
Oh, yeah, that looks creepy.
Yeah,
I've got that one. It's cyberpunk.
Have they wasn't this like one that they were touting as like a big VR like thing too?
You do not want to play this shit in VR.
Yeah.
Okay, because I played the
it looks like shit your pants scary, but
it's not even that. It's like if you played that shit in VR,
like intense.
You'll literally vomit within seconds. Like, it is absolutely, I would say, impossible to play in VR without horror. And I don't mean horror in the good way. I mean horror in the splattering your legs with vomit kind of way.
Okay.
It will make you. I mean,
so it's just really just. I see based on some of this footage that a lot of it is.
Oh, it's
kind of disorienting. Yeah.
Looking at the screen, let alone.
Well, that's. I mean, they didn't completely cash in on it with Layers of Fear, but there's parts in it that's completely disorienting. Whenever you're in the room and you look down the hallway, and then you turn around and the whole
with
this
whole
disco
ball. I would play this without VR. I mean, I'm not big into VR anyways, but yeah.
Absolutely, I would avoid this game in VR 110%.
Are you showing it?
Yeah, I was showing parts of it. Your boy linked it in the chat, but
yeah, I stopped watching because I didn't want it to be too loud. I get distracted easy.
No, this is interesting. I mean, this is cyberpunk. This is much more. The horror in this is like Soma's horror, which is to say metaphysical rather than physical or spectral or supernatural or.
Right.
It's not horror in the sense that, traditionally we mean. It's much more like, because like you tell people that Soma is a horror game and then they play it for 8 hours and they're like, there is nothing in this game.
It's more cerebral, yeah. Like,
yeah. And you're like, what, you don't think being the only person left alive is frightening?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah. And then you slap them.
But nothing jumped out and scared me.
Millions of leagues under the ocean, yeah.
Yeah,
finding out what exactly happened to all the people.
Yeah. No lazy fucking half-made monster jumped out of me from a corridor though. So proper not frightening, right?
No, not at all.
No, Soma is one of the better horror games that's been made. Not surprisingly, same studio. But
I believe that's an American studio.
Oh yeah, nowadays it's better. I'm talking about like in recent times because Konami has given up making games that aren't shit, and
they still make soccer games. I heard they're pretty good.
Because Konami has given up making games that aren't shit. And no, I mean there aren't nowadays. It's not the case of like it was.
They're Swedish.
Yeah, they're Swedish.
Oh, they're Swedish? Okay.
Yeah, they're Swedish, and Outlast are, I want to say, French. And I might be wrong about that.
I think you're
French.
Right. They're French, yeah.
So the European horror market, the European horror market is starting to catch up now. Like, things like movies like Let the Right One In. Not Let Me In Mind, same problem, but worse.
Let the Right One In. Yeah, we'll cross over into movies here and there too. I know Park Chop mentioned that earlier about movies.
Yeah,
we're just going to roll around. There's no real...
Eventually we have to address the awesome elephant in the room of Twin Peaks, but we don't have to do that this time.
No, we can do that. We can do
have
every
a whole
episode
about Twin Peaks.
We can just have a whole episode about Twin Peaks.
What are we talking about today?
Twin
Kyle
Peaks.
MacLachlan. The moment VR seems like it's best things you're sitting in on one spot looking around. Yeah, well, even then the nausea is a factor. But, that's not the main thing they need to combat in VR.
Wait, you're not going to buy the system that puts the little belt around your waist that you can walk on a treadmill any way you want? You're not going to get that one?
I actually have a system.
The $2,000.
I've been using this system. I've been using this system here.
You don't
for
want
a long fucking time.
You don't want
the big
like in Hackers where he's in that little enclosed.
Do I want an isolation chamber to play video games in? Not yet. I don't know. I mean, as fun as it seems, like being locked in a fucking room to play my video games.
Scream.
Yeah. Please let me go in a sarcophagus to play video games now, because I hated it when I could actually move around and drink shit. So no, please take over. Let's just have a fucking burial before we game every day. What am I gonna do? Snap in.
I don't mind if they do some VR horror. It's just I don't want it to a bunch of titles to just solely come out as that look good. But I can't play them unless I have VR heads.
Oh, we'll get that slew of shit horror games that come out.
What's gonna happen is the game that you recently played. I can't remember the name of it right now. The one that's kind of like Soma under the water.
Narcosis. Yeah.
You're gonna get Narcosis. Is what you're gonna get. Is people that make a game for VR, but then make it so that they can put controls into it, and people that sit at their computer can play it too.
That'd be great.
But it's gonna take away a little bit from the game.
Unit
asks, that just that port over.
Unit asks, is it possible to make a 2D horror game? And there are many, many really good indie 2D horror games. Distraint, Inside are just two that are popping to my head. But there are Pony fucking Island even.
Pony Island was amazing. Patrick also got me that one.
Proper good. No, Pony Island was great.
I loved Pony Island. I even liked like the that weird RPG Maker one, that Camp Sunshine one. It had the horror elements.
There's a whole like fanatic cult behind the idea of making horror in 2D on RPG Maker. Like there's like so many games for it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, there is a raft of really great 2D horror.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, because they're less constrained, because if you make a first-person survival horror, you're making Outlast or Amnesia, right? You're just making that game, or in whatever world you're setting in. But games, Retro Gaijin, Nails, Corpse Party, a very good example. But these games are not constrained by the lazy mechanics of something like, copying Outlast or Amnesia. They can do different things entirely, things you wouldn't even expect. And this is so very true of Corpse Pie, of Distrain, of Inside. They can move into areas of horror that just simply get ignored because they're not the norm.
It's amazing to see how they incorporate the horror environment into those games too, because they're not all the same whenever you play them.
Oh, in fact, the games we named are all dramatically different to each other as well. There's no, like Camp Sunshine and Corpse Party are sort of top-downy, and Distrain and Inside are sort of side-scrolly 2D, but they're all dramatically different games. Whereas if you talk about something like, you name like a top 5 of like Outlast, Resident Evil 7, Amnesia, Soma, they're all the same, mechanically the same game.
Yeah, they've like Alien Isolation. They've gone into that hide-and-go-seek simulator type thing.
Yeah, of course, Alien Isolation has a special like 20 hours of backtracking at the end to enjoy.
Hey, what? When they mix sci-fi with horror.
Sci-fi horror mixes really well.
Yeah.
Sci-fi horror is a great mix. Plus, sci-fi and horror has that additional factor of verisimilitude that you miss when you put in demons and stuff like that. When you add in supernatural things, people are like, "Oh, it's ghosts." Well, that's not scary, right? But if you make it scientific in the horror, you tap into things that could feasibly happen.
That could possibly happen. Yeah.
I remember being terrified of Jurassic Park when I was 10. I'm old. Because I was like, so is it possible to actually make dinosaurs? Oh shit, this could happen. We're gonna die. I was quite a neurotic child.
I watched this found footage movie the other night. It was basically Blair Witch, but aliens. It was, God, what was it called? It was...
Oh, this sounds amazing.
It was called like Phoenix Lights or something like that. Let me look this up.
Okay.
It's got to be in my history. It wasn't like half bad or anything. Like if found footage is always sketchy at best, but like it wasn't the worst. I've seen some shit and it wasn't the worst.
And
it was interesting to me because most of them always do the thing around demons and whatnot, ghosts, paranormal activity type thing.
Sure.
But this one actually actively was playing out on the whole Roswell,
Oh yeah, riffing off the aliens
thing. So I thought that was interesting. Where is it?
Hobo Spidey, regarding Dead Space makes the cardinal sin of horror, which is making your character strong enough to fight. No, if your character can fight back, a lot of the fear gets diluted. The reason that horror is so effective is when you are isolated and unable to fight. So Alien Isolation is great in that, because you can barely fight the humans. You are dead against the alien.
You can still make games that are scary, like jump scares and stuff like that with whenever you have a gun. Like obviously we have Resident Evil, like the second game, fear, yeah. But like sometimes they lose the isolated feeling, which is what scares us.
Well, when you can't fight back, you have to run. You have to run and hide, and when you have to run and hide, you are constantly jangling nervously. Yeah.
You have to play.
Yeah, you've got no choice. Whereas if you've got a bazooka, then there's a monster. Oh, it's dead.
Well, yeah.
There's a little bit of hope, but that's a monster. I'm scared, but now I'm gonna get rid of it. Like,
you're more afraid in Dead Space than Alien Isolation. That's interesting, especially after like level 2 of Dead Space, where you are like wasting anything you meet with the sad plasma cutter that you start the game with.
This is all kind of relative, because like it all depends on what scares you. Yeah.
Well, I suppose Alien Isolation and Dead Space. The issue with Alien Isolation, partly in terms of horror, is that we've all seen the fucking alien before.
Yeah.
So we know exactly what it looks like and how it moves and how it acts, and we know what it's going to look like. And even if it jumps down in front of us, and we're like, we're like, oh yeah, that's right.
I think that one banked a lot too on the franchise and people already being afraid of that. So
with the horror games, you can fight back, and it definitely helps if the game's set to a fitting difficulty. I mean, the issue there is like if you have to jack the difficulty above normal to get a game that's still frightening, then the designers have made a mistake. Because if you have to upgrade the damage,
I got scared of Resident Evil 7 on normal.
Yeah,
I didn't need to play the monster mode. So.
Well, Resident Evil 7 was good because once again they went back to you haven't got tons of ammo. You can run out if you're shit relatively easily. Like it can go really badly if you're bad at aiming, you can die really easily from lack of bullets, which is wonderful. And it's like the original form of survival horror, was that you have some bullets, but mostly you're going to die.
Yeah.
You hated the alien babies. No, fair enough with intent. They were really horrifying. They were just about the worst thing in Dead Space.
The alien babies in Dead Space were... They did make it the worst. I forgot about them.
They add to the being horrible by being nearly impossible to hit the cunts. Unless you're carrying a flamethrower.
That's actually the scariest thing to me in the forest as well as the little bitty baby things that like the numb bodies that like jump out at you.
The forest is actually a good example of something interesting.
I would say the forest is a horror game.
Yeah, the forest is a horror game because the forest is like the forest is basically Minecraft but with much more scary creepers. You build your thing, you try and survive. It's 7 days to die, but with scarier than zombies.
Yeah, you're just not as prepared. 7 days to die. They set it up so you can be more prepared.
But the forest is definitely a horror game. It's just a horror game set in a different. But that's really interesting, right? I mean, yeah, it plays like Skyrim in terms of how the actual game plays, but it's another interesting take on the horror genre that we're seeing, And that's very interesting that we are seeing more and more different kinds of horror that aren't lazy. Things like Colat or Kona or
Colat
any
was
other
good.
game that starts with a K. Apparently, a hard K at the start of your game makes it a horror game. It just
make it look like inherently Russian, and you've already got a market
sling
corner.
it in a place called Slobodonks effects, and you're good to go. Is it snowy? Yeah, it's snowy.
Oh God,
the
the Slavic region. Oh.
Metro 2033 was pretty good, yeah. Metro 23 had some decent survival elements in that game. And you had to build guns that weren't shit. And you started out with a gun that could barely kill like a small spider.
But I love the forest because I like to play survival games in general. Like I play Ark a lot, and I also what's the other one that I play? Oh, The Long Dark as well. I played those games, and so when you mix that, and then when you mix that with a horror genre, I like the idea. The forest is awesome. Somebody please look at the forest and be like, oh man, I should make a game like that and make another game. You could do it with zombies, you could do it with aliens, you could do it with anything. Just please jump off that, please.
Five Nights at Freddy's sister location scared that. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's sister location was scary. Right up until the point where they did what Five Nights at Freddy's always does, which is erect a wall that a mountain climber couldn't get over. And you're immediately angry instead of scared, which happens on day 4.
Yeah, I feel like I need to play those just to get it out of the way. I've avoided them because I think they're cheap.
I mean, you can, but they're lazy shit.
Thoughts on The Evil Within?
I will
hot mess.
fucking kill the man who made The Evil Within. That game is dreadful.
That's a game we all agree on. It's just bad.
And I played it I think I maybe played the more looked down upon Resident Evil games. I think I played it around or after that time, and I didn't have a basis for the true Resident Evil series feeling, but I kind of knew. And when I started The Evil Within, a lot of people were kind of telling me, it's by that guy and whatever, and I just couldn't figure out where it was trying to go. Is it and they were touting it as a return to horror, but it was is it demons? Is it supernatural?
Because the game didn't know.
Is it torture? I can't figure out what is.
They tried to splash in 5 different kinds of horror genre in the same game, so that you spend the first level running away from zombies.
Yeah.
After you've run away from a psychopathic chainsaw wielding guy, but all the time there's this ring motherfucker floating around the place, and
the camera was a problem for me. And I didn't think the gameplay was awful. It was just that it felt like it was all over the place, that I didn't really know what was happening. And I guess
basically because they played all the different cards at the same time, nothing was provocative, nothing was scary, because everything was diluted. because there was no point to say, you know, zombie horror, fine, fuck it, brilliant, yeah, build it up. Zombie horror starts off like apocalypse shit, and then you start getting set upon by zombies, and that's great, right? Make it supernatural, have something creepy floating around at the edge of your eyes, and have that shit build up. But don't jam all 5 in at the same time, otherwise nothing is scary, and everything is overwhelming.
Going back to the haunted house thing, it's like a haunted house where you have like this area that's based off this, and then you go into another area that's based off this, and then you go into another area that's based off this. So you have all these different things that are there, and it's just like before you can be scared of one, you can't be scared of the other because you know what I mean? Like it's just overstimulating.
Absolutely. Somebody mentioned Parasite Eve, by the way, which is an absolutely fantastic game. Yeah.
That's a horror JRPG.
Parasite Eve is a classic of the genre.
I don't think I played that one.
That's because you're a false.
I know.
Horror streamer. Parasite Eve you should absolutely play. That's a classic of the genre in the same way that like Silent Hill 2 and Fatal Frame and Resident Evil are.
Listen, while you guys were stuck at home masturbating and playing like Parasite Eve and Resident Evil, I was out having like a life and stuff.
I mean, you say that. You say that, but literally the same thing you were doing at the same time was what we were doing, except we were doing it with awesome horror games, and you were doing it with Blink-182. So you can suck my dick. Right?
What if I was in my room listening to Blink-182 playing survival horror games?
Then only admit to the second part of that story, then you're good. Just don't talk about the Blink part. Jade was at corn concerts. Lord nailed it. Get on her level, which is the bottom level that exists.
Why don't you go fucking work out a little more, Lorg?
There's the bottom of the barrel, and then there's corn. So.
There's crawling in my skin, though.
Yeah, crawling in my skin. That was the Linkin Park really did a lot for the musical genre. They should not feel sick about that.
Let's talk about horror.
I did, bro. Can you lift a truck? Can you lift a truck with your finger now? Congratulations.
If you haven't yet had the super serum, then what the hell? But no, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you should definitely play Parasite Eve. Sling that game on at some point. It's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's really good.
It's got some wonky mechanics in it, Jade. But it's not. I don't think the Parasite Eve has as wonky as Silent Hill 1. So it's kind of like
that's good because good God.
Because because Parasite Eve is kind of based off of an RPG. Like they kind of that's kind of the way that you're playing the game. So, but you'll like it because ghost women.
Yeah, it's
Japanese.
It's super Japanese in terms of its horror.
That's good.
So like Resident Evil is less so. That's like the least Japanese horror game because it's zombies and viruses and stuff. But things like Fatal Frame and Parasite Eve and these games are all doing the same creepy ghost woman shtick.
Yeah.
But that stuff is fucking frightening. That's like proper mess you up, scary. Think about it later.
The Fatal Frame scares the shit out of me.
Oh, Fatal Frame scares the shit out of everyone. And
Japanese.
That one's been like a long time. I had a friend of mine back in the day who was always telling me to play that one.
I'm playing Fatal Frame 2 as part of my top fucking 10. I bought a PS2 from America and a fucking copy of Fatal Frame from America to play this bastard. I'm ready.
Wow. Dedication.
I am fucking ready. You can't get that shit anywhere in England. So yeah, Fatal Frame is really ridiculously good. It's like
the horror games of Faustus misses are Eternal Darkness, Nightmare Creatures, and Clock Tower.
Eternal Darkness, Faustus, I love you. Eternal Darkness, the one decent Cthulhu Mythos horror game that actually exists.
Where is Eternal? I'm just trying to look at it in the chat.
Clock Tower is pretty damn great.
Clock Tower is really good.
Clock Tower's janky as crap.
Yeah, that one's worse than Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's the worst for the terrible mechanics.
But it's scary though.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking scary. I remember getting really scared of that game. I didn't even play that game. I watched somebody play it because it was in his house and I couldn't play it.
It's the tank controlleriest of tank controlleriest games.
The Eternal Darkness trailer.
When you have Amnesia, the greatest game ever made. I know, right, Windowmaker. If everybody would just fall in fucking line, we'd be fine.
I liked Amnesia a lot.
I will slap you in the mouth.
It was cute. It was a cute.
Fuck you.
No, I thought that was a really good game. The water sequence under the whole sequence where you're trying to navigate through the sewers and whatever. That was
in your defense, there are moments in it, like long periods in Amnesia where you're wandering around just having atmosphere piled on you.
Yeah.
But nothing scary is specifically happening. But then it like ratchets that shit up to like 11. Rule of Rose, narcotic ninja, you've just made a friend.
Rule of Rose, yeah. Avi loves
that.
that
is only $1 million.
It's like $800 fucking to pick up a copy of it. Because I looked.
Yeah, Rule of Rose is, if you actually own a copy of Rule of Rose, then you should seriously consider selling that and buying a house.
Yeah.
Because that shit is... Requiem of Sanity is great. I ran out of names. But yeah, Rule of Rose was actually another really good one. And yeah, again, in that same category of like, Japan knows best. Why is it expensive? Because it's almost impossible to find UTTV. There's like 6 copies of Rule of Rose.
I was going to show you a copy, but I don't know where... I remember the other day I saw the cat batting it around, so I might actually...
Avianna is one of the 6 people that owns a copy of Rule of Rose, hence the $800 thing.
You want to hear something crazy? Is that I found it used at a GameStop for $15 right after it came out.
That's rare. Me these things. And she's like offered to like send it to me, and I'm thinking at the same time, don't send it to me. Somebody's gonna take it from the mail.
Yeah, somebody will hike that. Yeah, you might as well just send diamonds through the fucking postal service.
Well, when I had my storage unit broken into a few years back, I got like a whole bunch of games that were like really rare, like secret games and stuff like that, all taken from me, and I was just like, that was like the worst moment because you just know you're never gonna see it again. Just not gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Rule of Rose is one of the games that we would all love to add to our collections, but I can't afford to like stop living in a house to own it.
You played that one, right, Jade?
Not yet.
Okay. I think I'm thinking of W Sham.
Coming up soon though.
Now that's a game where the mechanics are going to be wonky in certain parts. But if you press through, then
that one isn't the worst.
You'll be greatly rewarded.
Mechanics. That one is by no means the worst. The Last Door was really underrated. Shrimpy Doodle. Like the Last Door was a much better game than people gave it credit for. Psychology games like Earthbound. I don't even know what Earthbound is.
You don't know Earthbound?
Oh, Earthbound is like a
It's like a RPG. About,
like an old Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger type.
Isn't Earthbound the one that game that I hate is based off? What's that shite with the flower and the talking fucking goat and Undertale?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that based off Earthbound? Because it's so Earthbound.
I think it is some kind of.
Yes, it is. It is. There's references.
And fuck Undertale.
I don't know. I'm never gonna play Undertale. So.
You know, it's
kind of with you.
Mother. Thank you, redesignated. Okay, okay, I know what that is. Yeah, I know what Mother is. Is that the same game then? All right.
Yeah.
Guys, it's okay. I like Earthbound, and I really want to play Undertale, so I'm the one out of these 3 that's actually gonna play it. I just wanted to wait till the hype is gone, so that people didn't come in and spoil it for me.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I
heard a lot of streamers got it spoiled. So
yeah, I have heard that. I mostly wanted to wait until the game had been blotted out from memory.
Yep, Lisa's good.
Lisa's a great game, yeah.
Lisa's a good game.
Lisa's actually a good
Which is
game.
also kind of horror themed, but not really. It's kind of like a
good game.
Yeah.
Lisa's solid. There's nothing wrong with Lisa. It's Lisa because Lisa's not shit like Undertale. The hype about Undertale fills me with determination.
You don't really like the kind of based in anime, like cutesy things though. Like, because I remember we were talking about Corpse Party, and I showed you like pictures of it before. Like, you were kind of like.
Yeah, I had to play that before I liked it.
And then yeah. But
I had to play that first. I was very annoyed.
I'm kind of in the same realm. Yeah, it's a little hard for me to get interested in that stuff. It's a bit of a hard sell. So.
Yeah, the whole X fills me with determination made me want to stab a puppy after about 2 weeks of Undertale being out, and it never went away. I haven't played 7 days. Do you mean 7 days to die? I played that. It's all right.
Catherine.
Horror-esque.
Catherine's got a little, I guess.
Horror-esque, for sure. If anyone forgets Undertale, they'll have a very bad time. I'm doing my best to blot it out. I might actually have a full lobotomy so that when people say it, I'm like, what?
A delicately used one for $250.
We hypnotize you, so every single time you say something stupid.
Hey now. Hey now.
Undertale chickens.
There are horror elements to Catherine. I mean, it's not really a horror game, but there are elements to it.
I wouldn't call it a horror
horror
game, but...
Is the new Prey remake technically a horror game? Yeah, it's technically a horror game. That's the best way to describe it. Technically so. But not actually.
That looks good, though.
Oh, Fauci has found a copy of Rule of Rose.
It's just so expensive.
A scant 250 of your American dollars.
I swear to God, the next time we have this cast, I'm going to have my Rule of Rose. And I'll have all...
Just wear a suit made out of Rule of Rose
boxes. I have my entire collection of Silent Hill games back there, so...
Yeah, it's action rather than horror, but it's definitely ripping off System Shock.
$249. Right. Comes complete with case, cover art, manual disc, and limited edition. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't even have the manual. Because I got the copy.
The disc has scratches, but plays perfectly with no problems.
The genocide run of Undertale makes it almost worth it. No, it doesn't.
Haunted Ground's good too. It's kind of like what would happen if you took Rule of Rose and mixed it with Parasite Eve.
I've heard that. I've heard that's a good one, yeah.
Hunting Ground was solid.
Even though Rule of Rose came out after.
Yeah, just buy it, Jay.
Just buy it. Just
nothing, right?
I got that. I just shipped that out over in the corner. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. just bookmark that shit.
Here, hold on. Let me get my wallet. Just.
Yeah. Let me pull my gold-plated wallet out of my diamond purse, which I will just present you with $250.
Bloodborne was not a good Cthulhu Mythos game. Well, it doesn't have anything from the Cthulhu Mythos in it, so no. But it was a good Eldritch horror action fighter game. But it's it's not a horror game in any way. There are no horror moments in Bloodborne. It's all horror elements, but the game is built for you to be able to just decimate this shit.
That's more dark fantasy.
Yeah,
I'd say that's more dark fantasy.
I mean, it's got significantly Eldritch riffing elements, but there's nothing from the direct mythos anywhere. Just stuff
because there's one or two parts of the game that you find kind of creepy doesn't necessarily make it a horror game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is some good stuff, but it's a dark fantasy game. It's not a horror game, and it does include elements of stuff that could have easily been in the mythos, because they in a lot of ways they just copy the mythos and just give it different names. But it's not a horror game. Not like Dark Corners of the Earth is a Cthulhu Mythos game, or Eternal Darkness is a Cthulhu-inspired game. But yeah, Bloodborne is a great Cthulhu game. It's just not horror. Yeah.
We're excited still for the people that are making the games that are based off of Cthulhu now that it's open.
Oh, the whole floodgate is open now. We just need to make sure they're not terrible.
Some of them look really good. That Witch House game looks really good, but it's not. I don't necessarily think that that's a horror game as much as it's like the one that's kind of like. It looks a little bit like.
The Witch House game.
The shoot game that you like.
XCOM,
yeah.
Yeah. That one does look pretty interesting.
There's a game called. It's Witch House. It's being made by an Australian team. It's like it's kind of like playing Mansion. What's the game? Not Arkham Horror, but the one that's based in the mansion.
Oh,
like not the or it's kind of like playing that.
Is it just called Witch House?
I
believe so.
The Witch's House?
Vampire horror games. There aren't enough vampire horror games that are good to fill a very, very small hand.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it, because it's by the people who did Life is Strange, but it's like completely outside of the mechanics of that, so it looks interesting.
That one might kind of zone in on the whole dark fantasy, like Bloodborne-esque.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's going to be more in that late 1800s Jack the Ripper, Whitechapel setting, like.
That'd be a great game.
Good setting, though.
Yeah.
Someone please make a horror game based on that.
Penny Dreadful setting. We like that.
Witch's House.
Isn't the next game by the Dark Souls people going to be a vampire game? Possibly, Kvold. Yeah, based on the trailer, it could easily be.
See, when I look up the Witch's House, it's this like RPG
Vampire
maker.
the Masquerade Bloodlines is a horror game. If you pay attention to how terrifying the walking animations are, all the dancing shit, or a lot of the interactions.
I think I've seen, if this is the same one, the Witch's House, I think I've seen Jen play this.
Agony looks really interesting, Shrimpy Doodle. It looks like it's going to be a
Agony looks great.
Game. Agony looks like it was spat straight out of Geiger's mind. I can't wait to get my hands on Agony.
I'll put that trailer up now.
For Witch House?
No, for Agony. I can't find the Witch House unless it's the Witch's House.
I'd have to look that up. Gosh dang it.
The free
I'm not
RPG Maker
prepared.
one.
Scorn is another really good one coming up. Oh yeah, Scorn is the guy one. Yeah, Scorn is coming up. That's another really good one. They're both really. We are having some good horror coming out.
Scorn looks good. Yeah, I'm excited to see what will come out in the coming months.
Yeah, Agony's the hell thing. Yeah. I've been getting those two confused for a while now. People keep shouting at me about it. But yeah, these we've got some really good stuff coming, man. We've got some things that are interesting. We don't know
it's good to have a podcast.
Yes, we can keep talking about it. And as our inaugural one, where we're just all over the place, we'll nail down subjects.
This is pretty much how it's going to be every week, actually, guys. I mean, we could lie and suggest to you that we're going to come to this shit with formula and
probably
questions.
Not.
And
yeah.
We're basically going to turn up. This is like, Abby just got back from work. Jade's going to start a stream. I've just finished mine. We're pretty much just going to show up and ramble.
Pretty soon, I'm just going to put up a picture like Jade, and I'm just going to be sitting back here with my whiskey and my shot glass and just talking.
That's how you do it.
That's how I roll.
Yeah, this Agony looks great.
Agony looks like it's going to be proper interesting.
Then we got stuff like the PT remakes, the PT inspired, not remakes, but
there's sort of
Visage and Allison Road.
How excited are you about the idea that guy said that he's still kind of working on it?
I hope that it happens, although since we were talking about deifying that demo, how far can you stretch that feeling into a full game?
Well, when they announced that
I don't think they can.
21 Abbey Road got cancelled, and then did it get refinanced or did it just get cancelled outright? 21 Allison Road,
I don't know.
Allison Road, yeah.
Allison Road, they started it. They did a Kickstarter. Then a company came in and grabbed it and said, no, don't do a Kickstarter. So they canceled the Kickstarter. Then they went into that, and then they ran into artistic differences, and then he went off by himself.
And then it got cancelled, and now they're remaking it, hopefully.
That's the hope.
What's going on right now.
That's the hope, but we don't know,
But in some of the concept that they had for that game, they were actually showing forests. Like, that was like, it wasn't going to all be based in the house.
No, so and they couldn't do anyway, otherwise there was just too small an arena. Resident Evil 7 was still a really fucking tiny arena to actually set a game in.
I actually kind of feel like that, like, Allison Road is being made, because it was being made by one guy, right? And so whenever he let other people kind of touch it, he probably got a little bit, like, antsy about it. So that's the reason he's kind of dialing it back and just doing it for himself. So that's a game we might never see, but we might also see, like, 3 or 4 years down the line. Who knows?
Hopefully. It looked really good back in the day when they were announcing it. Then it all got shanked.
I almost cosplayed it.
Yeah. He was setting up to do that.
That girl's creepy as fuck.
Well, and there's
spiritual success to PT. No,
they're just inspired by it because it got canceled, and a lot of us are butthurt.
Yeah. Even using the term like spiritual successor is getting really lazy these days.
Yeah.
Because unless you were damn sure made by exactly the same team, minus 2 people, and you're making the same game, then using spiritual successor is just a cash-in
and there's this
mechanism.
One Visage, which is basically another one of them. Yeah, but it looks pretty good. That one looks pretty
really
good.
Interesting. There's a lot of good stuff. There is some stuff coming out that isn't like that has some value to it. There is some new games. I mean, really, a lot of the stuff that's coming out in the world of horror that's really worth a look is the stuff like Stories Untold. The stuff like this,
where they're developing more of a story and actually putting that effort into that versus relying on like mechanics, jump scare mechanics, things like the realistic look of it. Like the story is more important, the atmosphere is more important.
Oh, for sure. And we've got a lot of that sort of thing coming through. But this is why indie horror is something to really keep an eye on, because it's where all the good stuff is currently in horror. Like, Outlast 2 will probably be great, or it'll be all right, or whatever. And Resident Evil 7 was good. But things like Narcosis, things like Inside, this is where the interesting stuff is happening. This is where the keys to the progression of horror is as a genre, rather than just, lazily trotting out the same first-person walk around and get jump-scared
Cat
stuff.
Lady,
Cat Lady's great.
I haven't played Downfall yet, but Cat Lady was really, really good.
Cat Lady is fucking great.
Never Ending Nightmares would fall into that. Even though I didn't really care for that, it's still like they made a story,
And we've got what is it? My mind triggered off something and then I've forgotten what it was again. Never mind. I'll come back to it.
Is it the Never-Ending Nightmares one?
Oh, there you go. Thank you. We got Little Nightmares coming out.
Oh,
which
yeah, that
to
looks
be
good.
a very interesting game.
Yeah.
In a Tim Burton-y kind of world of horror.
That's the little kid, right?
Mm-hmm. The little kid and the
Like,
creepy
like kind of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, where it's like everything's big and everything's small, and yeah.
That looks really good.
They did that. They did the same kind of thing with
next
the
week,
little kid. There's another one that was similar to that with like a little like baby boy. Can't remember the name of that one either.
Like
You played
Among
it, I
the
think,
Sleep
Jade.
or Among the Sleep.
Yeah,
I haven't
Among
played
the
it
Sleep.
yet, but
Where you crawled, like, your baby and you crawl around.
I know. Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I know what you're talking about.
I mean, we're definitely hoping Little Nightmares will be good. It'll depend on how much, extension that particular mechanic and the level of Coraline that they can really like splash all over the place. Because if you're going to go and do something like Coraline, you really need to go at it full throttle. You can't kind of pull back from the edge. So that's going to be interesting to see. Among the Sleep's all right, Koodles. It's okay. It's certainly not bad.
General
General Mittens, 100 years.
100 years.
It was like
100 years.
In the future, we'll have it set up so all of our sub notifications will show up on the screen. I disabled mine for now, so it wasn't, rude.
Oh yeah, we can set that shit all up. This is all, a work in progress, very much so.
Yeah, that's the reason that we've got on longer an hour, even though we said we were going to be an hour.
I think 2 hours is like a good
running.
cap. We're like 15 minutes outside of 2 hours.
Yeah.
A good cast time for a podcast.
We're kind of just testing the waters right here, like.
Plus, there is a certain amount of you probably should cast on your own channel.
Yeah, I'll play that awesome game Phantasmagoria after this.
Oh God, really?
We can.
Let's just keep
go
going.
play Ark and then keep you on the other screen. That's what
Let's
I'm
just do
gonna
a 7-hour podcast if that's what you got going on tonight. Because honestly, I'll save you from that.
We'll stay on and we'll just do mysteries.
If you're doing Phantasmagoria, let's just stay.
just put like shadows of me and Adam in the corner.
Keep talking.
Because that game is solid gold garbage.
Not the navel.
No, I think it's good to have I anticipated we'd probably go 2 hours. That's kind of a good.
Yeah, 2 hours is good for podcasts. It means we can yammer, we can get distracted and
we
talk
can
about
go off
things.
topic for a little while.
Yeah, we tend to do that.
Well, by next time we're going to be all bitching about Outlast 2 anyway.
Yeah,
in some way or
I think we're gonna come into it with an idea let's talk
it.
about this, and it's just gonna go everywhere. So.
We're gonna be enjoying it.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
It's gonna scare the shit out of me. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's gonna freak
I'm
you
very
out no matter
excited.
what.
Are you guys-
I predict screaming.
Are you guys also going to day one it or
I'm going to day one it. I
So am
rarely
I,
do
yeah.
that.
Same.
It's one of the few games I'll day one is like a AAA horror release.
That's what I said. I was like,
Anything else, I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it a week later.
This is my time. I must.
Yeah, this is our time of thunder. We don't have to part with this shit. The usual crap that happens on day one. I'm day one. I'll be there Monday at 8 o'clock when the fucking thing lifts. I'll be like, right, let's go and play. No fucking way we're missing out on that.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll do it, but I'll definitely be doing it before whatever podcast comes next after that.
It's next Monday. So if we do this, even if we do this bi-weekly,
I think we can try it for every other week, and then if we really think that we can do it once a week, maybe.
Well, we'd have to have something happening. We got Twin Peaks and stuff.
I think every other week might be a better idea, but yeah, we could potentially if we. We
can see if people want to do it, want to watch it as well. Yeah.
We can also get into movies too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Another thing we can get into. I've been watching a new horror movie every Sunday. With a friend of mine.
Often watch.
For sure.
God, I'm behind on talking about them, but I watched Lights Out. We watched It Follows.
It Follows is pretty good.
It Follows was good. I really liked that one.
That
the
film
guy
was
standing
alright.
on the roof, but so weird, but at the same time so creepy. The guy that was naked standing on the roof. You know which part I'm talking about?
Yes.
It Follows?
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Because you laugh because he's just this old man, this tall, naked, standing on a roof, but at the same time you're like, It Follows. It's creepy as fuck.
We could sit and
yeah.
talk about scary folklore. Yeah, and with us, we just kind of tend to ramble on for a couple of hours anyways.
I mean, Twin fucking Peaks is going to be the perfect example of the three of us and our disparate points of view, because I am so sure it's going to suck, and I don't want it to.
I'm so excited.
She's very excited.
She's a pop song from the 70s.
I'm somewhere in the middle, like I feel like it's gonna suck, but I'm hopeful that it's not. Like
it's gonna fucking suck. What's David Lynch done in the last 10 years that wasn't terrible? Nothing is what.
Lights Out was not great, not good at all. Lights Out was.
I just watched The Witch. Which
is pretty good.
The Witch is good.
If you like folklore or any kind of like historical piece when it comes to like horror, that's a good one for you.
Which is really good, yeah.
I watched Hush.
I was gonna watch The Void because it's by the same people who did The Witch, I think.
Yeah. I'm sorry you avoided Declan. I don't want it to be shit. I want it to be great. I just think it'll be shit.
Hush?
I want Twin Peaks to be really awesome. I don't want the denouement of Twin Peaks to be some ropey shitbox pile of crap.
Even if it's bad, I'm still gonna watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. Just I want to be able to tear it apart properly. I don't want to not know.
Hush was the one with the deaf woman, right? Or the blind woman?
Yeah,
deaf
the
woman.
Deaf woman, yeah.
That one was good.
I really liked that one. As far as stalker kind of horror movies go, I thought that was a really cool twist on an old concept. So I really enjoyed that one.
I mean, the further horror gets away from Eli Roth and everything that he spits out of his ass, the better.
I know he's got that clown one, but I haven't watched it yet. I can't. Every time I come across
if Eli Roth is attached to the thing, then just set it on fire and throw it at the sun.
I'm kind of. Every time I see it, I'm like, I don't think I can do it.
Hush is the best Buffy episode ever. Toilet Bowl Story, yeah?
It is.
Hush
is one of the best ones. One of the best.
It's absolutely the best.
I was just talking about a found footage movie that I watched, Lord, because I watched them too. Because I get into the whole idea of it's almost meta, did this happen? Like I was watching this, it was called Phoenix Tapes 97, and it was like Blair Witch but with aliens. And for 10 minutes, I was like, is this actually like a real thing? And then because they start with like interviewing the dad of some CIA guy or something that was murdered, and then they go into this completely unrelated, like they found these tapes in his wall or something, and I was like, is this fucking real? And then I realized very quickly, I was like, this is not real at all. That I guess
when are you ever going into any of those thinking, is this real?
I don't know. Most of them I don't, but that one I was not sure of because.
Is this an actual documentary that I'm watching now? No, because that's a Universal thing at the start.
Let me see where the hang on. There was like a description. It was the description that made me think, because it was worded like a documentary, and I thought I was gonna watch a documentary on the Phoenix Lights. And
we've got It coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
The remake of It, a mini-series that is weirdly terrible and quite good at the same time. Of a really good book. Hopefully it's going to be...
I'm excited for it.
Not shit, I'll watch it. But since the mini-series cut out lots from the book and still...
I'm one of those weird people that likes the Evil Dead remake. So I'm hoping that it's kind of the same kind of genre of that, where it's like, okay, we're taking the same idea, we're going to go with practicals. I love practicals in horror. I love them.
No, the Evil Dead remake was solid gold. That was really one of the best remakes.
It's back and forth. Whenever I talk to people, it's back and forth. So I'm hoping that It does the same thing, where it's like, we're going to take all the stuff that you liked about It, but we're also going to like twist some of it just a little bit. Just some of it. Not all of it.
The Evil Dead remake was good. I mean, that's probably one of the best horror remakes we've ever had.
I really love the Evil Dead remake. I will watch that. Yeah, I watched that.
Doesn't have Tim Curry. Yeah, he was the thing about the miniseries that made it not bad, because if you take away Tim Curry from the miniseries, you suddenly realize that it's truly rubbish. Like, it's absolute garbage without Tim Curry, but it's great with him in it.
I'm curious to see it, but yeah, I don't know.
What I love about Tim Curry movies is like, he is one of those kinds of people that's just like, guys, don't not watch this because I'm in it. Watch it. Like, he did that with Rocky Horror. He said it about It. Like, he's very much like, like, I can't do this shit no more. Go watch other people do it for me.
I think for me with It, I didn't have like overwhelming feelings about it when I watched it. Like I thought it was creepy, but I wasn't like super like everybody's. Oh god, it was so scary as a kid. Like, and it didn't hit me in that way. So I guess I'm not. I don't know.
I want to go watch it.
I'm a little more detached
so
from
I can
it.
See all the people who are scared of clowns freak out.
So I'm kind of interested to see this remake from that viewpoint. You know.
Oh, I mean, it's worth a look regardless. You know, even if it'll be really bad, we still need to have a check. It might be good. Looking at you here, Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Probably gonna suck though.
It's
Naysayer.
I don't want it to go the way of Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm nervous about.
Oh, yeah. I will be all sad if it goes
let's round up a bunch of actors who have done nothing since Twin Peaks. And let's see how good they can work with a director who's done nothing since Twin Peaks. And we'll see how it works out. Should be really good.
I mean, he did plenty since Twin Peaks. Was it
no,
good?
he's done films,
No, I don't know.
There's a lot of people in that cast that I like their opinion.
Your boy Daquan, I'm the hugest Twin Peaks fan. I would love Twin Peaks to be great and be wrong all over the place. And I will come on the show and be like, it's fucking awesome. I'm so wrong. I'll admit to it right out. But it's gonna suck.
Adam's not afraid to admit when he's wrong.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking bad. But I will admit to it all over the fucking place if it's great. And I'll be the first person to be like, thank God I was wrong. Because I want Twin Peaks to be a fucking thunderstorm, but it's gonna be a train wreck. Let's get... plus, we don't even have fucking Audrey Horne being all beautiful this time.
She's so gorgeous for being old.
Yeah, she's alright looking.
For being ancient dust, she is
she's alright looking.
Beautifully ancient dust.
Well, she was playing a high school student, but she wasn't actually a high school student back in 1990. So
She's alright looking right now.
She wasn't.
If you have fantasies about fucking your maternal aunt,
she wasn't preserved in formaldehyde and plastic wrap like fucking Cordelia Chase or whatever the fuck. Yeah, she.
Yeah, she looks like a kind of wrinkled, overinflated sex doll now. So let's go. That should be nice. She looks all right for somebody who's not yet dead.
She looks great for somebody who's old and cosplaying her as a young person.
I actually think that she's really attractive.
The thing is, she's going to be matched up with Carl McLaughlin, who's barely aged at all in 30 years because he's a freak. Right, and we're going to be looking at those going weren't you 10 years older than her? What the fuck happened to you? You're 70 now and he's still 40. What the shit?
I don't know. Did he
you?
get or did he dye his hair? He had straight up white hair.
No, he dyes his hair. He's got he's got grey hair now, but he is I don't know 60 or some shit.
He's still hot, man.
Oh yeah, he's still proper hot. Whereas she looks something like 2/3 of the way through the thing by this point, so that's taking the edge off my enjoyment right there and there.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's gonna hurt me.
They can't all stay young.
The happiness is that bitch fuck isn't returning, or even if she is, hopefully she'll.
Oh yeah, Laura Flynn Boyle, isn't she
She
didn't even come back for
Fire Walk with Me. No, they got.
Was the one good thing about Fire Walk with Me that she wasn't in it. Because if ever there was somebody.
Liked the girl that got to play her in Fire Walk with Me. I wish
she should have been the one all the way through.
Yeah.
Fuck Laura Flynn Boyle. Fuck her right out of here.
Let's just say that maybe she's the person that plays Data in the new series. Get it one up.
Yeah, I mean that might make it slightly better than bad. Yeah, we'll see. we'll see how they continue a story that finished.
Oh no!
You might need to put in
Motorcycle James, who looks exactly like he did with no hair.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Motorcycle dude.
Let's get him back. Firestarter remake when? Well, I mean, it's something that needs a remake because the original make was so fucking garbage. Fire Walk with Me. Take the one good thing from the show and then craft a film around it so bad that even David Bowie's ashamed to be in it.
Can we get David Duchovny back though?
Yeah, he's coming back.
He is coming back. Okay, good.
Yes, they showed pictures of him in EW magazine.
I have avoided reading stuff about it because I don't want to know.
Most of the cast are coming back who aren't dead. In fairness,
you could probably be you could probably be like, is this person coming back? And most, like 75% of the time, it would be like, yes.
Yeah, there's
yes,
only
that
like
person is coming back.
like the sheriff who's not, because I don't think he acts anymore.
They've even said that they have some footage of Log Lady. I don't know if they'll put it in.
Yeah,
but they have some footage with her.
So nearly everyone. It's only bitches like Lara Flynn Boyle and people who are dead and people who aren't.
I wonder if that means that Dale Cooper and Audrey will get together finally.
I would think they will near certainly lean in that direction.
Because if you guys didn't know, that's the reason that they didn't get together in the original.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Maybe.
Because
possibly.
She was dating Kyle MacLachlan. She's like, no, they can't be together.
Shrimpy Doodle, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm not sure. I feel like it wasn't anything to write home about because I never heard anybody just objectively being like, you must watch the new season of X-Files. Yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
I have a few good GIF images from it.
My last time of watching the X-Files was somewhere around the sucking episode in
when Dana Scully unbuttons her shirt and walks into a room. I was like, I'll watch that episode.
I want the porn episode of the X-Files, usually called the Sex Files. I'll watch that. No, I haven't watched that since like Tombs or Shy or whatever it was in season 2 or 3.
That was when it was creepiest.
Is that Squeeze or Tombs? It's the second one.
Tombs was the guy who could squeeze himself into the different.
But no, there's 2 episodes, and they're both about the same guy. But one's called Squeeze and one's called Tombs. Right?
Yeah. I think the first one is called Tombs because they're introducing the character. It was
whichever the second one was around the time I stopped watching the X-Files in a kind of pissy mood.
Yeah, him and the guy who liked hair and tried to kidnap Scully. Those were like the 2.
Actually,
scariest.
Wasn't the Tombs guy the guy from the Green Mile who is the worst, most reprehensible character in all of film?
Maybe
the guy who played Tombs was the hideous guy in the Green Mile who stamped on the mouse and took away the sponge. So
I think you're right. Yeah,
that motherfucker.
It's been forever since I've seen the Green Mile.
The king of evil, that guy. Seriously, anything he plays, you're like, I hate you. I want you to die straight away. The second you turn up on film, you're like, just kill him. Kill him and save us the pain because this guy will be a motherfucker.
He was in the Green Mile, okay.
He was in the Green Mile. Sick. Yeah, that guy. Fuck that guy. Yeah, Squeeze is the best. Is one of the best episodes of the X-Files for me. That was proper unpleasant. That guy. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of the new X-Files. I've heard they were good. I've not heard they were bad.
I'm gonna have to. Are they on Netflix? Can I watch them?
I only watched the first 3 seasons of X-Files when I was younger, and I don't really remember very much about it.
I loved that show. It's up there with Buffy as one of my favorites.
I need to go back and watch them. I really want to.
I really like the theme song.
Let's do it!
Let's do it!
And now another 7 months. I really want to. We have to watch Twin Peaks
all the way through.
We have to watch Angel too. Yeah.
Yeah, Angel's great, and I will fight you on the street, everyone.
We need to rewatch it before the new one comes out.
They took all of the oh shit! I wonder if it's on Hulu then. Huh.
But we absolutely have to watch Twin Peaks before the new Twin Peaks comes out. Yeah,
that's true.
And we need to get through that, and just because like the first series is just rocking, and the second half of the first season is really good as well, and then it gets Heather Graham on us, but it all gets a bit Heather Graham.
Oh.
Well, just the worst chemistry on that show, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she was crowbarred in anyway. Angel isn't as great as Buffy. You are wrong, Toilet Bowl Spirit. Angel is better than Buffy if it weren't for Connor.
It's a much better show, but I like it.
Well, the characters are
I only watched the first season, because that's all I needed. I'm just kidding. I'm going back.
The characters in Angel.
I'm glad I didn't because I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna be sad about Fred and be like, why did you guys make me watch this?
Fred is the worst thing that's ever happened on TV.
That's why we were gonna have it. Why? We were gonna stop like right before it got bad. So kind of like in like that's Friends. Do, yeah. Phoebe's like my mom never showed me the end of Old Yeller because that's what we want to do.
Romeo and Juliet, Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. Never watched it.
Fine. You get to episode 14 of season 5, and then you stop watching Angel.
You never have to know.
Stop at episode 14. If it goes beyond that, then pain lurks that way. Because it's just killer pain from episode 15 onwards. And then episode 22 makes me want to die. I still cry about episode 22. lie to me. Oh, shut the fuck up, Wesley.
Yeah.
I am gonna smash you in the face if I ever meet you.
I did watch the last episode of Angel because I wanted to see how it tied into Buffy.
Yeah,
So
Angel is that show.
Like the last season, I watched like bits and pieces of it, but not in its entirety. Just because it had Spike in it, and I'm a big Spike fan, so...
Yeah, and Spike actually made the last season interesting, because it would have been probably kind of turgid
him and David Boreanaz are
no, they've got amazing...
Like, they should have a show together.
They were... Because they wanted Angel to continue, so they could do the stuff from the absolutely canonical comics, because they're not bullshit.
Yeah, after the fall was really good.
After the Fall is great. Okay, and that can be canonical because it's not dreadful beyond belief. And at no point does Xander violate Dawn.
Are we talking about the Angel comic book series?
Yeah, it's like season 6 of Angel, basically. But they wanted to continue that shit as well. But
there's stuff like with Spike and like a brothel or something in that series.
Yeah, everybody. Like, LA gets kind of sucked into hell, and then there are fiefdoms run by different people.
I remember that.
In Supernatural, Bobby dying was your stopping point. Yeah, Bobby dying is really sad in Supernatural, and it is nothing compared to Fred. It is the happiest
Supernatural is
moment
another
in
one of those
TV.
series that I want to go back and watch because I watched the very first season of it, and then it wasn't on after Buffy or Dawson's Creek or whatever show I was watching at the time. It stopped being on after that, and so I stopped watching. But I'd love to go back because the cast in general is amazing.
Supernatural was pretty good.
As well. Like the first 5 seasons until it got weird.
Yeah, I stopped at like season 6 or something. Whenever they brought Sam back, I think it was, or Dean. They brought one of them back. I just stopped. I couldn't handle all the
Lucifer and Michael, and I was like,
all the angels versus demons stuff. It like
I'm like season 57 now or something.
Oh God,
so I probably enjoy it.
Oh, no, it was great.
It was a great show, though, up until...
They had, 2 seasons of Angels and Demons, and it was fucking wonderful. And the first 2 seasons, they were just, super accurate with all the monsters and mythology and all the... they really gave a shit about getting the Monster of the Week to be accurate to the folklore. It was really, really good. But then season 6, you're just like, okay, so who's the bad guy this time? Which angel or god is bad? And it's like, oh, all right. But it's on season 10 or 11 or something now, and they killed Felicia Day off apparently, so fuck that show. I didn't even know she was in the show, and I'm annoyed about it. It should have ended at season 5. Yeah, I don't know. I must say I never saw more of it, but it was really great up to that point. And they were really good pairing those two, whatever the name is, Sam and Dean.
Yeah, they're amazing together. They both got
hilarious real names as well, like Jared and Jensen. And
they're good, like David Boreanaz and James Marsters together. Like they just fit together really.
They riff off each other super well. So yeah, that's a show we should definitely watch that at some point. But I feel like we have to hit Twin Peaks first, just because otherwise the show will come out.
If we don't start watching it together,
we haven't got enough time.
I'm gonna start watching it by myself.
When does it come out again?
Comes out May 21st.
I'm already resisting watching it.
Guess we're gonna have to start on Sunday.
Yeah, we just do it. Let's just get it going on.
We already know we're gonna stop somewhere in the middle of season 2 anyway, so I think we're good.
Oh yeah, we'll stop around episode 9, and that's enough.
Can we watch the last episode though? I actually like the last episode.
The last episode is pretty good.
In fairness, if we do stop at episode 9, we miss out on an awful lot of David Duchovny based fun.
That's true.
Even though the nonsense factor is high by that point, once they get past the actual murder. Yeah, I think we should definitely start getting into that.
I'm excited to see what happens with Dale Cooper.
I'm trepidatious to see what happens.
Well,
right.
should we call that our first episode?
A successful first episode where we rambled on for 2 hours, but we spared you 2 hours of Phantasmagoria, a puzzle of shit.
Amazing.
What?
Spared.
I'm hoping that Jade goes an extra 2 hours so that I can watch those 2 hours.
I will probably get a little bit of that game in and then be
well, in your fucking face.
But this has been good, so I guess
it's been a great time.
We're probably gonna do this again in 2 weeks, and we'll do it on one of your guys' channels or something.
Yeah, we'll just rotate it around.
Yeah.
Rotate it, spin it, flip it,
flip it.
And I don't
By
know.
all of
A lot of
those.
people were asking about iTunes or like YouTube or something. I can work on that. I'm recording it, so.
If you know how to do it, then swing it up there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this episode was all over the place, but I'm sure that as we get like
This is
into
exactly what the
groove-
structure. No, this is exactly what the structure is going to be like
Every week.
single week. If you come in expecting
Are we?
fucking co-optional, then you will be disappointed.
I was thinking about it. I was like, we already covered like a ton of horror games. What are we going to cover anymore? And then I just realized we didn't even talk about Silent Hill. We just talked about PT, and we talked about a little bit of the mechanics of the first one. So I can.
Oh, we talked about a lot of stuff. I figure we can at least like be like, all right, this week let's talk about Silent Hill and like all that shit. And it's obviously gonna veer off, but we can at least.
Well, we can make 2 hours out of Silent Hill.
I can at least
no
title the
effort.
episode Silent Hill and
Well,
call
we
it
can
good.
talk about Silent Hill. That'll be the first hour of why the first 3 games are really great, and the
Yeah.
last hour of why the last 3 games are really shit.
Yes,
Silent Hill 4, 5, and 6 are shit.
thank you, JT. Those are the people on the screen who are not the fake cartoon. It's Call of Cthulhu and Lady Follow them.
By next time, we'll probably be cast.
I'm Call of Cthulhu. He's.
Yeah.
I'm LadyAvianna. It's true. You like my beard? It's silky smooth.
Oh.
He's a lady. It's in the name.
It's in the name, but not in the penis.
And I don't really want to say that I'm the host. I'm just the person running OBS because I'm the person who wants to do the production stuff. So
Yes, that's true. If ever there was
it's
a person who
never
didn't want to
ours.
do that, it was me.
In fact,
Yeah.
we've even discussed the idea of bringing on like a special guest sometimes, but we're gonna get into the
we want to get a
groove
groove
stuff
going first.
But
Yeah.
like we all kind of know people that are involved in some kind of horror thing.
We have
so-
Friday the 13th to talk about. We can
Oh,
get
yeah, we can
cosplayers
trash Dead by
on.
Daylight, I'm
We can-
I could probably talk about that for
Cosplayers.
several episodes. Adam, are we still talking about Dead by Daylight? It's still shit!
It's still terrible.
When did that game not
You
get shit?
ever just yeah.
Have they fixed any of the bugs yet? No. After 9 months, they fucking suck.
Okay, well, I'm probably what I'm gonna do is I'll just hit stop stream and then I'll just restart. So this will be contained in its own little VOD. And yeah, I'll go play this shitty game so Abby can sit there and have entertainment for the rest of the night.
I'm gonna go in Ark. My server just restarted. I'm gonna go in Ark. I'm gonna be like finding the unicorn while I'm watching you play this awesome game.
I'm gonna
Just
go.
so you know.
I'm gonna go and play anything that isn't Phantasmagoria Puzzle of Flesh. I might seriously consider buying
Let's
a
be
Sega
real.
Saturn.
Let's be real. You're gonna be playing Hearthstone or Bloodborne.
That's not
Not
the
Blood-
only
not
things
Bloodborne,
I
Bloodborne.
play.
He's gonna be in Hearthstone. He's gonna be in the chat going, "What a fucking piece of shit game!"
But he's still gonna be watching it.
Where do you think I'm from?
He's-
Exactly what part of like mid-Europe do you think I live in?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I found
I think you
myself.
guys think I live in the famous part of
I
England,
found myself
Mary
saying that
Poppins.
several times during Rogue One, which I recently watched. I was just.
It's always a great day with you, Mary Poppins. That's what you think I'm fucking from, isn't it? That's what you actually fucking think I live.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
That's the accent you're using.
I'm
That's
gonna
exactly
play
it.
Hearthstone now.
You're
How
using
about
Dick
you?
Van Dyke
Chim chimney,
fucking
chim
an
chim.
English accent from Mary Poppins. You piece of
Amnesia, the
shit.
doctor said, is the best game for you.
Darkest Dungeon is the greatest roguelike ever made. It's true.
You sound like you're from London. Yeah.
Are you from London?
Yes,
What part of
Governor.
Hobbiton is that, right?
Uh,
No, this is a great time. This is a really fun time.
this is great. Thanks, guys.
We'll
This
do
was
this in
fun.
2 weeks on
Yes.
another channel.
We'll tweet
and
it out.
It'll be much.
you guys will know about it, and it'll be more
It'll
of
be
this.
much like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I have no like outro screen, so just
Outro streams are for plebs. We don't need that
right.
shit.
Yeah. Bye.
Ta-ra.
Bye.